the idea, you know, for hiring local artists to paint your storefront, where did that idea come from?
Well, I'm an artist, so my default is to go to where artists are. They usually have the answers to things. The creativity that comes out of artists, of course, is what keeps us alive and what keeps us feeling our humanity. When we had that break-in at our window in Anacostia, it was a very shocking thing to happen. Being that we were just starting to go into this, social distancing and lockdown for all businesses, and suddenly the following day we got a break-in, and it was just kind of compounding things in a negative way. And of course, negativity begets negativity, so we wanted to turn it around. And once we put up a plywood piece on the window, it became more obvious to me that I need to make that a beautiful thing, not just a scar that looks like something bad happened, but rather turn it into something positive. And when we painted that, and I put Busboys loves Anacostia, which is a neighborhood here in Washington D.C., we got so much goodwill and so many positive responses that I thought we need to do this more throughout the city. So I wasn't going to do it alone. I'm an artist, for sure, but I wanted to have other artists be able to join me. So we called our group of friends of artists who we knew were at home and probably were waiting for a gig or something to do. And they all so graciously accepted. And so we started paying them to do this work throughout the city. And we've done over 80 murals, 80 windows throughout the city so far.
Mm. So how many artists have you hired so far?
It's been about a dozen or so. A lot of them are repeaters, so they come back again and again. We've had some people put in applications to be able to be part of this, so we've hired more people since we started. But all in all, about 12 artists that have repeated some of the windows. So they've been doing fairly well. Almost working every other day to do a mural on a window certainly helps to supplement their income during these difficult times. It gets them out, it gets them into the community, it gets them to do what they love to do, and it's a win-win for everybody.
And then I was reading that you're paying out of pocket, that you're paying these artists out of pocket. Is that true?
Yes, absolutely. We've also received some donations now. Some of the storefronts are actually paying us to do it, but when it started out, it was completely out of pocket, and we continue to pay out of pocket to supplement the costs.
The artists, have they been very receptive, you know, to this?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, obviously, when you ask an artist to paint, that's what they do. They love it. So during these times, there's not a lot of opportunities to do this kind of stuff. So it's been great. They love it. We love them, and really everybody wins. And the messages they've been putting on these windows are so positive and so uplifting that while they're painting, people are stopping by, taking pictures, Instagramming them, sending out tweets, and telling them how much they appreciate what they're doing. It's all positive and uplifting. It's, hearts and peace signs, and we're in it together. And, during dark times, shine your light, like little sayings like that. That actually make a huge difference. So a lot of bright colors. You're walking down the street during this difficult time, and the windows are all shuttered where used to be a lot of people having dinner and having a great time, and now there's nobody in there and the windows are dark. And so having this beauty on there, having some color on there, really helps you to kind of snap out of your mood, as you're walking by. And it gives you that sense of this too will come to an end, and somehow we'll get through this if we can stick together.
And I heard that you painted Chef Jose Andres, his restaurants. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud to call him a friend. He's just a wonderful person. Of course, he's a friend to everybody. And he when I started to do this, I called him right away. I said, we'd love to do your stores. I know he had like 5 or 6 stores here in DC. So, and I know that he closed all of his places. So he was like more than happy to say, yes, please send them over. So I sent a couple of artists and myself as well. We went there and we painted all 5 of his places, and it's been great.
And then how long will you be hiring artists to paint your storefront?
Well, as long as it's going to be uh, as long as we are kept away from each other, we're going to keep connecting with one another through this art. So who knows? Weeks. I hope not more than weeks. Maybe months. But we're hopeful that this that slowly we'll start to regain our footing and be able to get back to where we were at one time, where we can actually look at each other face to face, sit together, break bread together, those types of things. Those are things that I think aren't going to change. You know, people may be separated for a temporary time, but human beings long for the opportunity to hug one another, to be in each other's company, and I think that's going to come back at some point. You know, not in the very near future, but certainly in the not so distant future, I hope.